What's up guys, it's me Caitlin from CCO Tech and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing my thoughts on the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 that is supposed to be coming out in a couple days, hopefully. It was announced by Samsung on August 11th, and I'm really excited for this new phone to come out because there have been a lot of improvements just going into this next third generation. So without further ado, let's get started. So right off the bat, let's start off with the price. This phone is currently priced at $1,799. Now that is not cheap whatsoever, but this starting price is a lot lower than what it was in the previous years. So they're definitely making improvements to the price to help it be more affordable to the average person. Next is the design. The new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 is a lot lighter and thinner than last year's model, and the protective film on the inner display is a lot more protective and smoother than last year's model. There's a 120 Hz refresh rate on the inner and cover of this phone, so instead of just having 90 Hz refresh rate, you're gonna have 120, so it's gonna be a lot smoother and more responsive to use on a day-to-day basis. It comes in 3 colors: Phantom Black, Phantom Silver, and Phantom Green. They definitely do like using Phantom to describe their colors, as we can see even with other phone models that they have out. Phantom is definitely their thing now. And then there's a 7.6-inch foldable AMOLED inner display and an AMOLED display on the cover as well. And now, added features. These are really exciting because this year, the Z Fold 3 is compatible with the S Pen. There's the S Pen Pro and then the S Pen Fold. S Pen Fold is exclusively for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. So it is going to have all the functionalities of an S Pen, but there isn't Bluetooth compatibility, so it does lack a little bit of power when it comes to that. But other than that, it's less expensive than going for the S Pen Pro, so if you just want an S Pen to use with your Fold, but you don't really care that much about all the extra features when it comes to Bluetooth, then go ahead, get yourself an S Pen Fold edition. But along with that, there's the S Pen Pro, which is compatible with all devices that are compatible with the S Pen, and now the S Pen is compatible with the Z Fold 3. So you just turn on Z Fold 3 mode and you're able to use it on your Z Fold, which I really think is a really cool feature that was added this year to the new Z Fold. This year there's also an IPX8 water resistance, so you can get it wet and not have to worry too much about any damage being done as long as you're not soaking it into water for more than 30 minutes. Then you might have to check on the device because I don't know how it'll hold up. All the apps that come on the Z Fold 3 when you get it are optimized, so whenever you're in a certain flex mode or whatever position you're holding the device, it will kind of contort to that. So the top screen will be you're kind of displaying everything, and then the bottom screen will be to where you can make changes if you're like on a PowerPoint, Word document, texting, whatsoever, watching videos. All of that stuff will adjust to the position the phone is in. Along with that, there's a lot of multitasking compatibilities with all the apps that you have on your phone. So you can just drag and drop an app into on top of another app, and you're able to multitask with it. So instead of just having one app open, you can have multiple apps open on one screen, and you can do a lot of multitasking with that, which is really cool. Now the camera. So this phone has a triple camera unit. All of the cameras are 12 megapixels. There's a wide telephoto and ultra wide lens for this camera module. And honestly, I just like the design of this camera a lot better than last year's. I don't know, the rectangular shape just wasn't my favorite, but I really do enjoy this camera a lot more. These cameras can record videos in 4K with 60 frames per second. So you're set with the 4K 60 frames per second, you're gonna get good video quality out of this phone, even picture quality. It's gonna be good. And the cover display has a 10 megapixel camera, which does record and take pictures in 4K, but it only goes up to 30 frames per second. And lastly, saving the best for last, we now have an under-display camera on the inner display of this phone, which is honestly so exciting because your screen is gonna look a lot nicer just because you won't really see like a notch or that camera. It won't be as visible because sure, it is under display, but you know, with that, you'll still be able to see it with certain lighting conditions. You'll still see the camera underneath, but it's definitely gonna be hidden a lot more. So when you're watching videos or just using the device overall, that inner display is gonna just look like a clean slate of screen without any camera or anything getting in the way of that. And that under display camera is 4 megapixels. Some more specs to include with the Z Fold 3 is that it has a 4,400 milliamp hour battery. That's not terrible at all, and sure, some people would want more, especially if you're going to be using it as like a PC as well, but that's going to last you a good amount of time depending on how heavy your use is with this device. But 4,400 milliamp hours is not bad at all. And when you do need to charge, it has 25 watts of fast charging, 11 watts of wireless charging, and 4.5 watts of reverse wireless charging. So you have charging options available. There also is a fingerprint sensor on the power button, so when you are turning your phone on, if you have fingerprint set up, then it'll automatically unlock, which to me, I personally like fingerprint sensors that are on the power button because I feel like that's a lot faster than and more accurate than having, you know, an under display fingerprint sensor, just because sometimes that doesn't work as well. But that's just my experience. Everyone has a different experience, but I definitely do enjoy fingerprint sensors on a power button. It comes with Android 11 with One UI 3.1.1. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 5G chip. So it's going to be fast, smooth, responsive, and along with that 120 Hz refresh rate display, the phone itself is just going to be super nice to use on a day-to-day basis, and it will not feel slow at all. And when you're purchasing it, there's a 256 gigabytes to 512 gigabytes internal storage option. So you can choose 256 or 512 gigabytes, and they both come with 12 gigabytes of RAM. So you'll be able to store a lot of things on this device, a lot of memory, all the storage that needs to be stored will be able to be stored on this device. And overall, this phone is definitely something to be excited for. I know a lot of people can't really afford it just because that's really expensive for a phone, even though all the features on it are very advanced. But I feel like the people that are able to purchase this and use it on a day-to-day basis will have a good time with Samsung's newest foldable device. There is also the Z Flip 3 that I might do a my thoughts video on as well, so comment down below if you would want to see that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, give this video a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.